Jamie Hyatt here.
And Alex Wright, I'm co-chair.
Again, we had a meeting with management on Monday. With COVID, with video conferencing, we can see how cumbersome things can become. On Monday, we had our first meeting back and forth with management, and actual negotiations started. It was cut a little bit short because the mediator had a prior commitment and had to end at 11:30 instead of our planned 4:30 ending. The result is that we made our first proposals and management made theirs. We didn't necessarily have time to go back and forth at this point.
I was a little frustrated that we weren't able to have that back and forth exchange to at least start some type of resolution for the proposals. Because initially that was my expectation going into this meeting.
Right. It seems like at the start of things, we're going to be taking baby steps instead of big giant leaps. Our proposals, which came again from you guys, our members, provided our starting points. Our first proposal.
The first proposal was changing on-call pay from $4.50 an hour to $6 an hour. Also adjusting the minimum time you get paid when you come in from 3 hours to 4 hours, a time and a half.
Management wanted to kind of know where we got they wanted to have marketplace data to see where we got our numbers from and why we're asking for those in particular. Our second proposal had to do with PTO accrual. We wanted our time restored to pre-January 2019 levels. You can refer to the table at the top of page 31 on our current contract to see what those were.
Our third proposal was restoring holidays to go back to pre-January 2019 levels, which would be 10 holidays, which means we'd get Easter back, we'd get Good Friday back, and also a float holiday that you can use whenever. That's 3 more holidays that we have right now.
Management didn't seem terrifically enthusiastic about either of these proposals. We hope that management sees this as an opportunity to both retain staff and recruit new staff that we desperately need. Our last proposal was regarding tuition reimbursement. We proposed to increase it to $6,000 up from $2,500 it currently sits.
Deb Solomon from HR, she acknowledged that $2,500 isn't quite enough, but she didn't really seem like she understood that a per diem should be afforded the same amount of reimbursement as a full-timer. So I don't know if they're going to try to come back at us with some type of weird grid or something. But
right. Management in their opening statement had said that they wanted the contract language to be more clear. Their proposals, however, seemed less of a clarification and more additions or frankly takeaways that can impact our membership.
Their first proposal had to do with professional appearance dress code. So most of it was no yoga pants, no hoodies. If you have any tattoos, they have to be covered.
This was kind of both unexpected and unclear what problem they see and frankly are trying to solve. So we did ask for some clarification here. The next gets a little technical. They want language added about successorship. As the contract exists now, if they were to sell off a part of the hospital, the successor or buyer of that part would be obligated to honor our existing contract. They want that language removed, and if the successor made it contingent on the transaction to terminate the contract for those impacted employees, the contract would be void.
Yeah, so we're going to heavily discuss with our MNA union lawyers that whole topic because that seems like a big ask. So the third proposal was cleaning up the grievance process language.
Management also wanted to also come up with language for arbitration, basically how to resolve a disagreement or unresolved grievance through a third party. Both of these seem to kind of be in the same basket.
Yeah, and the union is looking to clarify both grievances and arbitration. We just want to ensure that the language isn't gonna be one-sided or basically skewed in the favor of management.
Right. So, I mean, this was a starting point. Clearly, there's a lot of work left and more proposals to come.
And I didn't want to forget to mention that the MNA hired an intern who's a UMass grad student, Olivia. She did a really great PowerPoint of the different finances for Mercy, for Trinity Health in New England. Also, she did a comparison of the area hospitals in Western Mass, health insurance benefits, and their paid time off, which is pretty helpful.
I would like to close this out by saying we are grateful to see all that watched the video earlier and commented. Please talk to your colleagues, get them involved, get them asking questions, get a buzz around the hospital about these contract negotiations. Remember, we're stronger together, that unity will give us strength and strength will give us power and resolve to get the best contract for you, our members. Thank you.
And we understand the process was a bit clunky logging on to read Ring Central, but I'd also like to thank the 10 or so people that were able to join. We also want to remind you that management's able to see the number of people that have logged on, and obviously we can show strength with that. So do your best to join us. Same thing on November 18th from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. All right?
Thanks.